Hello everyone and welcome to The Opinion Piece, the show where I give my unfiltered, unscripted opinions on a gaming-related topic. Today's topic... So, it's April 27th and it's finally here, the official reveal of Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the final part of Lara Croft's epic origin story in the Survivor timeline. And... it looks great! It's great. I'm excited. That's really it. But getting into the sort of... getting more in depth, it's great, but I'm also kind of disappointed. I remember it being the beginning of this month and thinking, oh cool, they're doing a teaser. Like, oh great, it's the next Tomb Raider game. After all the leaks and rumors and stuff like that, they finally are teasing the next game in the series, and that's amazing. I'm super excited, and like, oh, we're gonna get the big reveal on April 27th, and they did this whole promotional contest and everything, and then we finally get to this date, and all we get is a CG trailer, some screenshots from the game, more information, and the different editions of the games of the game that is up for pre-order, which I'll go into more in depth in a moment. But that's it, and I kind of sat back thinking, okay, this is a little underwhelming for me. Maybe I had my expectations too high. Maybe I didn't really think about this enough. I mean, it's just a reveal, but the way they were promoting the way Square Enix was promoting and advertising, and I thought this was going to be a whole lot bigger. Like they were going to do like this kind of big review, this sort of big theater-esque presentation and event, telling us at least a little bit more about the game and maybe showing us some gameplay footage. But that isn't the case. It really only panned out that way for anybody that was fortunate enough to get invited to the big reveal event held in various locations around the world. If you weren't part of that, like if the majority of us that weren't a part of that, the information I just described is all we got. And I think that's that's very underwhelming to me. And who knows, might be for a lot of you, might be the same for a lot of you. So I'm trying to think, just because I'm a big Tomb Raider fan, and I think again the announcement of a new game is amazing, and I'm excited in that regard. But thinking that, again, maybe I just got my expectations a little high, but I thought we were going to get a little bit more information. I thought we were going to get to learn more about the game. It was going to be this thing, but apparently it isn't, and this is it. All I can do is patiently sit back in my chair and wait until September 14th for when the game launches, and even sooner, wait until E3 to get to see the actual game in action. So, out of all this waiting and anticipation for something that didn't really pan out the way that I had expected it to, I'm now just stuck doing more waiting, which I guess is fine. It's fine for me. I'm a patient person, but I just feel a little bit disappointed in that regard. And I mean, I rewatched the full trailer, the full announcement trailer, and I look at the screenshots and I think these look great. This looks really great. This is the same as the previous games that I loved so much, but with enough new stuff in the equation to really make it something special. And I watched a couple of videos and dug around a little bit to get more information from people that were fortunate enough to go to the event and get some hands-on time with it. And I thought, oh, this sounds pretty promising. The story sounds great. The gameplay seems like they added some new stuff to it. I'm thinking that's going to be very interesting. I just kind of wanted to see it, and all I can do is just sit and wait. But then that really kind of segues into the sort of bigger thing here, and that's kind of the different editions and pre-order incentive for the game. Now, I know the game was available for pre-order when they teased it earlier this month, but I kind of wanted to wait for the reveal to kind of know, all right, is there anything special I'm getting out of this if I were to pre-order? And apparently it's a bit of a mixed bag in my eyes. It's a little interesting, but also a little confusing. So at the time of recording, and I think it's probably going to stay this way, there are 3 different editions of the game. There is the standard edition, pretty simple, but in this case, if you pre-order, I guess it's kind of like a day one edition sort of thing. If you pre-order it, you get a steelbook and some art cards, which, hey, that's nice. Physical collectibles and goodies are always nice. And then for $89.99, there was the Croft edition, which is the one I pre-ordered. You get the steelbook and the art cards. You get the season pass and some other exclusive in-game goodies, and a copy of the original soundtrack. That's the reason I pre-ordered that one, because I love video game music a lot more than regular music for some reason. And then there is the Ultimate Edition, which, again, to reiterate, at the time of recording, well, differently, obviously, I'm being stupid. But at the time of recording, the Ultimate Edition, I'm going to assume, is only exclusive to the official Square Enix store. It's a whopping $299 and contains everything in the Croft Edition, but with some added additional items such as a statue, a climbing axe themed bottle opener, and a flashlight. Cool, I guess. Personally, I'm not interested in getting it. I'm more a fan of action figures over statues. That's just me personally. But yeah, those are the editions of the game, pretty standard affair. But there's an interesting catch that caught my eye, and that's a little incentive if you pre-order the latter two versions of the game. So they're offering this interesting promotion where by pre-ordering, and according to them, it's a sort of while supplies last kind of thing. That's kind of always ambiguous. So what they're saying is, if you pre-order these two sort of collector's editions of the game, you will get the game 48 hours early. And that sort of confused me and compelled me to pre-order the game on the spot when I found that. And here's why it's confusing. These two editions are physical versions of the game. I can understand if this was for a digital version of the game, and would make a whole lot more sense if it was. But I've checked multiple sites that currently have the game for pre-order, and from what I've seen, it's the same across the board for both of these editions. And I'm thinking, how the hell is this going to work? I'm looking at this with anticipation and skepticism. I'm thinking, there's only two possibilities here. It's either, okay, they're either going to send players who get these versions a code, a digital code for the game, 48 hours early. Seems pretty simple enough. But then that would defeat the whole purpose of getting the physical items, the steelbook primarily. So that seems the most likely, but also seems the most impractical. Then on the other hand, it's creating a special arrangement with sellers, telling them, okay, for people that pre-order these two editions of the game, send it to them 2 days in advance. And I'm thinking, okay, that might be a bit of a clusterfuck to figure out. I mean, I'm making this probably sound a lot more complicated than it actually would be, but it seems awfully strange to have this special promotion tied to these editions of the game, and then have to go through the tedium of having to distribute those versions to all the people that pre-ordered, and then people that get the standard versions simply have to wait until the 14th to play it. I'm a little baffled by that. I'm thinking, who knows? Again, maybe I'm overcomplicating this. Maybe it'll work. I honestly don't fucking know. All I'm seeing here is a promising idea, but since the details of how that's going to be executed haven't been revealed, it seems too good to be true. But regardless, I still pre-ordered the game anyway, and I even when I did the pre-order, it even still said, "Oh, get it shipped to you by September 14th, 2018." Okay, so how the hell is this promotion going to work? I don't understand. I don't understand how this is supposed to work. Who knows? Maybe we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe down the line we'll get more information about it. But right now, at face value, it's, hey, if you want just the base game and a steelbook with one set of physical items, pre-order now, get it on the 14th. Or if you want some added goodies and want to get the game 2 days early, get our two sort of collector's editions of Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So, interesting choice, Square Enix, or whoever the fuck decided that this should be a thing. I almost feel like they recycled that one aspect, just one piece of that augment your pre-order bullshit from Deus Ex Mankind Divided, where it's, oh, if we meet these thresholds, gamers will get the game a couple days in advance, or it's just minus the various pre-order item bullshit part. Just, oh, people pre-order this version of the game, they get it 2 days early. So that's how it's working at face value right now. and I just did an entire tangent talking about it because why the hell not? But overall, like, I don't want to sound like I'm being negative or critical here. It's just I'm still very much excited for Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I'm a big Tomb Raider fan. I love the previous games. I am very excited about this new game. I'm just very underwhelmed and disappointed by this sort of promoted epic reveal for the game that happened today, but didn't really happen, that I have to wait another month to see more of it. And then there's the whole confusion of this whole pre-order incentive thing that's just I find is kind of muddying things up and probably might cause some, it's going to do something. I mean, God of War sold out multiple times, and that was just one of the surprisingly most highly anticipated games of the year, and it's a fucking PlayStation 4 exclusive. I'm having a lot of fun playing that game, by the way. But that was just a simple, first party title. This is a multi-platform game that's coming out later this year. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I wouldn't be surprised if, a similar situation happened where it's just, oh, we have all this here. It's just going to be huge. It's just going to, I don't know where I'm going with this anymore. It's fucking confusing. And I'm done. I think I've said enough about this. But anyway, those are my confusing thoughts. What are yours? Are you excited for Shadow of the Tomb Raider? Or are you just kind of, not a big deal? Are you content with all that was shown today? Or are you kind of like me where it's just a little bit disappointed, a little underwhelmed, you wanted to see more? Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation about this. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and take care.